All right, I welcome you to another episode of Learning. Due to the present demand from some of my students, I've deemed it fit to treat this important topic today, which is the grammatical names and grammatical functions. Of course, you might have come across kind of questions like this, a kind of question like this in some of your exams. I want you to pay rapt attention as we treat part of it today. In our subsequent classes, we shall be, looking into the other aspects of it, the grammatical names and grammatical functions. Basically, we have a list of grammatical names here. We have the noun phrase and the noun clause. We have the adjectival phrase and the adjectival clause. We have the adverbial phrase and the adverbial clause. We have the phrasal verbs and we have the prepositional phrase, and many more that we shall discuss. But for the sake of this class, we shall focus on the noun clause or the noun phrase. To start with, what is a clause? A clause is a group of words, that forms a part of a sentence or that forms a sentence with a subject and with a verb. I repeat, a clause is a group of words. That means it must be a group of words that forms a part of a sentence or that forms a sentence with a subject and with a verb. It must contain a subject and a verb. And we have different types of noun clauses. We have different types. We have 5 types, basically types of noun clauses. Number 1, we have the that clause. Number 2, we have WH nominal clause. Number 3, we have nominal ing clauses. And number 4, we have to infinitive noun clause. And lastly, we have yes or no interrogative clause. To start with, that noun clause. That noun clause. These are the clauses that begin with that, the demonstrative that. So we have that she is awake surprises them. So we have the group of words here forming the function of a noun and also performing the function of a subject. That she is awake. That she is awake surprises them. So it's just like saying that she is awake is replacing a particular subject here. Being awake surprises them. That she is awake surprises them. So the grammatical name here, whenever you come across questions like this, starting with that she is, or that he came here, or that he was, accepted, all group of words in such a way must be considered as a noun clause. That is the grammatical name. Why the grammatical function is, here we can have the subject of the verb. We have 5 functions performed by noun clause. We have the subject of the verb, we have the object of the verb, we have subject complement, object complement, we have the appositives, and we also have object of the preposition. Those are the 6 functions of a noun clause. And here we can have it as a subject because a subject begins the sentence, that she is awake. So that clause is an example of a noun clause. The second one is WH nominal. Whenever you come across WH words, such as what or why, most of the times, they are the nominal noun clause, WH nominal. And mind you, a noun clause most times answers the question what. I repeat, a noun clause in most cases answers the question what. Now, for instance, the first example I gave here, that she is awake surprises them. I can ask you a question, what surprises them? That she is awake. Now, the second question, what is a nice car? What she needs now. What does she need now is a nice car. So what she needs now is a nice car. What is that nice car? What she needs now. So it answers the question what. All right, the next one, nominal ing. That is, whenever you come across words with nominal ing, starting the sentence, that is a nominal, functioning as a subject, but in an ing form. That is, it may be in form of gerund. It may also be in form of, verbal noun. We call it verbal noun. that is nouns that are in form of a verb in a progressive form, ing forms. Telling lies, ing form, is bad. So I can ask the question, what is bad? Telling lies. So you realize that it answers the question, what? Now, the first one, we have to infinitive noun clause. To infinitive noun clause. Now, this one, is introduced. This is a clause introduced with the to. Now we have, I like to drink right now. What do you like? You like what? To drink right now. So it answers the question, what? And the last one also, yes or no interrogative question. Interrogative means questioning. So yes or no interrogative clause, has to do with an interrogative clause. Do you know? Can see now, it's in form of a question. If your friend dances well. So if your friend dances well is also a clause. Now I can say, do you know what? If your friend dances well. So if your friend dances well is also a noun clause. So to repeat all what I have said, we have the that clause, we have the WH, we have the nominal ing, we have the to infinitive clause, and lastly we have the yes or no interrogative clause. For the sake of those who are taking this class online now, you can just snap it, write it down so that you can always go back to it after this class. Now, I said we are considering grammatical names and functions. We have been able to look at all the types of noun clause. For today, we might not be able to consider adjectival, adverbial, prepositional, and phrasal. In fact, we still have much to discuss under noun clause. And that is why today I have singled out one of the functions of a noun clause. Be reminded that I said we have 5 or to 6 basic functions, such as the subject of the verb, object of the verb, subject complement, object complements, object of the preposition, and also appositives. Now, but today we are going to quickly look at this example under the function subject of the verb. Subject of the verb. So most of what the illustrations we have here, they perform the subject because they begin the sentence. They are the performer. For instance, that she is awake is the subject here. What she needs now is the subject here. It begins the sentence. All right. Telling lies is bad. Telling lies here is the subject. It begins the sentence. That is the function. So if you are asking your exam, what is the grammatical name? The grammatical name here is noun clause. What is the function? It performs the function as a subject of the verb. Here, subject of the verb. Subject of the verb. Except what we have here. Now look at the illustration below. Why he has refused to put in his letter of resignation. Now, WH word. WH word. Why? Remember I said part of the qualities or types of a noun clause is WH. WH nominal. WH nominal. And what do we have here? WH nominal. So WH nominal such as why he has refused to put in his letter of resignation is best known to him. Now I ask you a question, what is best known to him? Why he has refused to put in his letter of resignation. So what is the grammatical name? The grammatical name here is the subject of the verb. In case you come across something of this nature in your exam, what is the grammatical name? The grammatical name is subject of the verb. What is the verb there? Subject of the verb is. And what is the grammatical function? The grammatical function is, the grammatical name is a noun clause. The grammatical function is subject of the verb. Take note of that. So far so good, we have been able to consider the various types of noun clauses, and we have been able to examine the types of noun clause, and we have been able to see one of the functions of a noun clause. Join me in my next class as we look at some other functions of a noun clause, how to recognize them in a passage, and how to answer questions related to grammatical names and the grammatical function. Till then, I remain the amazing instructor. Bye.